G'day and welcome to Aussievision. My name's Kyle and I'm joined by Troy in sunny Queensland. And we are dissecting the awesomeness that has been UMK 2025, Finland's national selection. It's run and done for another year, and in no surprise to many people, Troy, she came, she conquered. It's Erica Vickman for Eurovision 2025 for Finland.
What a win. Orgasmic.
We're going to have to see how many puns we're going to do here to try and see.
I have a list.
We can set a record. But yes, Erica will be representing with Ish Kommer. It's been a song on everyone's lips, literally. She was absolutely superb tonight, had the crowd in raptures. Troy, what did you think of her live performance? And she really she was a step above everyone else, really.
I think she just brought what she always brings. She, dialed up that kind of sex positivity to 11. She romped at home, I think. Erica, I was a little bit nervous about how that overly produced song was going to translate to stage with a live vocal, but she made it work. She really just ate it up, and I think the win is super deserved.
Yes, no, absolutely, Troy. She was, as lots of people remember, the runner-up in 2022 UMK with Cicciolina. A lot of people thought she was hard done by there. And look, really, this it wasn't the landslide that we were thinking it could be, but it was still a very convincing 430 points overall and 127 points ahead of her nearest rival, being Goldilocks. And look, I think her staging is almost nearly ready to go. You reckon for Eurovision in May? I mean, she's got that magic mic, the giant microphone at the end, with which she's just straddling on, and the fireworks coming out right at the bottom end. What did you think of that all up?
I thought it was very clever. I thought it was sexual enough without being off-putting for some of the perhaps more conservative viewers of UMK and potentially Eurovision overall. So I thought it was a really cheeky wink on top of an already wink, wink, wink song. I think it was very clever to, kind of go middle of the road. I still think that, they'll bring something extra special for the staging now that she's kind of got it in the bag. She's such a powerhouse and knows how to work with all of that kind of staging and can do the ultra complex. And so I think they've got a really great winner on their hands who's got a lot of experience under their belt.
Yeah, no, absolutely. We'll come to see. Well, there we are. There's one reference. We will come back to seeing how we think she will do at Eurovision later in this vid. But let's just talk about some of the other contestants that were in the field and blown away by Erica, shall we say, today. Goldilocks came second on 303 points. This would have been quite something if she actually did win, because the craziness occurred that we actually didn't even hear her sing live tonight, because she lost her voice, and she was on stage, but the producers decided to use her vocals from the rehearsal the day before. Goldilocks won the jury just over Erica, but then came second in the public vote. A good showing, but yes, Erica absolutely romped it in that end. What do you think of Goldilocks' performance, Troy?
Well, I love this song. I think I've mentioned before that Goldilocks draws on a lot of indie influences. One of those influences being Australia's own Tame Impala. So a little Aussie connection there, which I really, doff my hat to. She tonight, the staging I thought was really clever. There was a moment where there was this awesome split, and for a split second, I thought it was her doing those splits, and I was like, oh wow, oh wait, it's just a background dancer, and I was really disappointed. It was also disappointing that we didn't get to hear her sing live. I think she's a really talented musician, and what a shame for her that she didn't get to sing live for everybody there. That said, I think she can walk away being really, really proud with what her song delivered.
Yeah, completely. And look, this got my 12 points in the rankings. Well, actually, I think it was 10 before Puppy got eliminated. But yeah, she's got a real edge to her. You could easily imagine hearing this song on Triple J or even some of the mainstream radio stations,
Absolutely.
around, not even here in Australia, but around Europe. Really sassy stuff. And as look, very unfortunate again that she couldn't sing on the night. And I think if give a bit of time, I reckon she'll be back maybe next year or in 2027 possibly. It's been a very good launching pad for her this competition, as has all of them. So yeah, no, well done to Goldilocks for her efforts. And then coming in third, we actually had equal third. We had Vivi and Nelly. Who I can't pronounce her last name, but
Atula.
Matula, thank you. Yes, they both came in equal third on 138 points. Vivi, I thought, had a really simple and powerful song. Obviously, she'll be fine, going forward with because it's a made for wedding song, so she's going to be totally fine after this. And Nelly was a little bit of a surprise packet for me. A lot of people didn't really rate this song, but um, did pretty well in the end. What do you think of both of them?
Vivi, I thought, what a stunning performance, and the
Mm.
staging concept, pairing such a simple concept with a simple song. Not that it's, a simple song to sing by any stretch of the imagination, but, a kind of pared back and really intimate kind of moment. It was really beautifully done. What a vocal powerhouse. Super profesh, and I love the kind of glad wrap over the top of the
Yeah.
beautiful dress. It was very clever.
Yeah.
So I thought it was really really beautiful, and I'm glad that song got a bit of a reward because it's really beautifully put together. And in terms of Nelly, I really like Nelly. I think she's the Finnish Ariana Grande. She's got that similar kind of vocal styling. She's quite popular there, has had a lot of chart success. And she actually has a immune condition. And I think that on top of, that with that messaging of that song about going slower to the grave,
Mm.
is obviously quite special for her. And so again, I'm really glad that she really got a chance to strut her stuff, but also get some love back.
Yeah, no, that's she. You can tell, as I say, with that song that was very uplifting and make the most of life, and really, really positive. And like you said, it's great that both of them actually got some real exposure there with their songs. On the other hand, if we look at our final two finals for the night, if there was one bit of a shock disappointment, it was Nia River with Nightmares not really connecting at all with the jury votes and overall in the public vote. What did you think of her performance? Because the song itself, I think, was up there, potentially a second or third favorite. But live, it didn't really deliver as much as we thought it would.
Yeah, I think staging was a bit of an issue here. The
Mm,
staging kind of went for quite a dark and uh remote start where a lot of her facial features were covered up at times, and I think it was difficult to connect with her with what she was delivering. And then on top of that, I think perhaps a bit of nerves and some shaky vocals from time to time
mm,
might have punished her a bit. The other thing that we've talked about before as Aussievision is it's always hard to know if a kind of throwback sound to that Y2K kind of Eurodance pop is going to land. Is it going
mm.
to be taken as a nostalgic um, you know, trip through the past, or is it going to be dated? And perhaps maybe certainly the jury may have felt this one was a bit dated. And when you're comparing it to some of the fresher sounds on offer in UMK this year, it just unfortunately I think fell a little flat.
Yeah, look, I think definitely she could have definitely used the stage a lot more. She seemed really just stuck back in on the main stage and never really used the catwalk like the other five uh, competitors. And yeah, look, I'm sure Nia's going to be back sometime soon, but I think she's just got a bit to work on in terms of her live delivery, unfortunately, and working on the staging there. And then last place, one point behind just behind Nia was Costy. Now, unfortunately, I mean, this guy has really been up against it. He's the only guy in the comp, and I don't think his song really took off. But having said that, I did think his staging was pretty spectacular. I mean, he had a great time. He had a very poignant message on on his shoes, an anti-war message at one point. They had a good zoom in, but no, he was going around on a bit of a Tower of Hanoi, shall we say, and then went to the back and then climbed back up with some flames behind him. A fun effort from him. What were your thoughts on Costy?
I like Costy. I think, certainly coming in as the underdog, I think Sekasine is a nice, catchy tune, perhaps a little forgettable. I thought the staging swallowed him up a little bit. I think it was a bit much for him to kind of contend with climbing up the stage, climbing down the stage. There are a couple of blocking errors. And I think that give him a bit more experience in terms of that environment, because he's comes from a boy band background and has had a couple of chart songs with his boy band in Finland. And so I think give him a bit more experience on that stage, give him a bit more of a boppy song, and he might collect a bit more votes.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, look, I mean, as I said, this is an impressive solo effort. He said he wants to feel like a rock star and get around there, and I think he had his rock star moment there. So, this is what happens when you have UMK and only 6 finalists. We get the luxury to talk about all 6 of them in the space of this short video. But having said that, coming back to what we said at the start, Erica will be flying the flag for Finland at Basel in Switzerland in May. Troy, what is your prediction? How well do you think this will perform? Do you think this is a grand final qualifier? Do you think the Finns will get back? Well, they were back there last year, but Windows 9 might. They've gone from second with Karia to 19th with Windows 95 man. How do you think this is going to go for them?
I think this has the right mix of gimmick and the right mix of bop song, but also weird frenetic ending. And so I think that it's got all these elements that people can latch onto. I think that I think it's got strong potential to be a grand final qualifier. I think if it can get a viral moment, if it can, capture a little bit of that Maltese serving can't. I think it could really get some legs and get some strong points. I think a lot of people know who Erica Vickman is in Europe because of her success following UMK in 2020, as you said. I think I think this could really, really launch her into the stratosphere with this song, just because it's so strange. Like, it's a strangely arranged song. And that usually does well. So I think she's in with a really strong chance.
Yeah, look, I'd be very interested to see if they put this next to Malta and Cunt with the producers. That would be maybe the X-rated section for the viewers back home coming Basel in May. But yeah, look, I totally agree with you. I think Erica's definitely got a bit of star power about her. You'll know that she's really going to commit to this and really going to give it all she's got. I'd say we're looking very good again for Finland to make the grand final, and this could have potential to be top 10 depending on the rest of the field and how much of a chord it strikes with the public. I think this also will have a little bit of jury cred, definitely much more than what Windows 95 man had last year. So we will wait and see how well Erica will do in Basel in May. That's it for us for today. Thanks so much for joining me, Troy, and keep on following us here at Aussievision. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and you will see all our reaction videos and all the coverage as we lead up to the 2025 contest in Basel. Catch you later.
Thank you.